afternoon and a very happy new year, Gudi Padwa. I am really thankful to the organizers for inviting the plant protection advisor, who has in turn deputed me for this small deliberation, because he is in Rome to attend the International Plant Protection Convention meeting. And I'll be discussing, because you know that India is the largest consumer of pulses, and a lot of international trade of pulses moving into India. And there are many phytosanitary issues involved. What are the phytosanitary requirements in the import of pulses into India? And there are certain related issues, so we'll be deliberating on these issues. Next, please. Yeah, you know that in the international trade, WTO, SPS, all the international movement of the plant and plant material is covered under WTO, SPS measures. And SPS has two terms, one is sanitary and one is phytosanitary. And WTO, SPS recognize three bodies. One is IPPC, the International Plant Protection Convention, which deals with the plant health. Which is popularly known as plant quarantine or phytosanitary regulations, for which I am here to deliberate. The OI is related to animal and animal products, and Codex Alimentarius is the issues related to food safety and residues, primarily residues. And this WTO has recognized FAO and IPPC for phytosanitary issues. All countries, they do have their mechanisms to protect their biosecurity, and ultimately it is for the food security of the nation and biodiversity of the nation. So it is the responsibility and of the each and every importing country to protect their interests from outside invasions. And that's why the plant quarantine system in place. And this is the first line of defense for our Indian agriculture and environment. PQ laws are primarily here under the DIP Act, which was enacted in 1914, and this act is an integral part of the Customs Act under Section 11K. All PQ regulations for import are governed under the DIP Act and the Plant Quarantine Order, which is the recent one is amended in 2003, and which has come into force from 1st January 2004. The Plant Quarantine Act basically empowers the regulators to conduct to allow the import based on the risk analysis, which is popularly known as the pest risk analysis, and any import into the country is based on the pest risk analysis, and this has to be completed prior to import of any commodity into India, basically the agriculture commodity, horticulture commodity, or any plant material. Any seed of pulses can be imported after getting permission from the IPGA. This is for those who are interested in the propagating material of pulses. And these can be imported only through 5 ports: the Amritsar, New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai, with due permission of the IPGA committee, and after obtaining the import permit. All in risk identified risk has to be mitigated with the phytosanitary measures. Presently, only one phytosanitary measures in the form of methyl bromide fumigation is available for the import of pulses. Basically, the pest risk analysis, the risk assessment, categorize the high risk commodity, the medium risk commodity, and the low risk commodity. Based on that, we have placed the different commodity under different schedules of the regulation, and all the pulses are covered under Schedule 6, which has the condition of import permit, prior getting import into the country, the conditions has to be placed on the import permit and has to be communicated to the exporter, and all import shipment has to get phytosanitary certificate from the exporting country after ensuring that these conditions stipulated in the import permit are met, and which can be verified at the time of arrival at all the entry points. The conditions include the additional declaration, the freedom from insect pests, diseases, weed seeds, nematodes, various microorganisms, and the fumigation with methyl bromide. This is the organizational setup. At national level, presently we have 57 plant quarantine stations. We are operating at 64 entry points, that airport, seaport, and land custom stations, and the same numbers of ICDs and CFS. Presently, the import, pulses import for Cajanus Kajan, this pigeon pea, chickpea, lentil, peas, broad beans, these can be imported from various destinations. This pigeon pea can be imported from Australia, Mozambique, Myanmar, Nepal, China, Iran, Kenya, Pakistan, Tanzania, Malawi, Uganda, and Sudan. With the various phytosanitary requirements, the condition has to be met. One is the freedom from the listed pests. The regulation, import regulation, plant quarantine order is there. All the required freedom, all the name of the pests and diseases are listed there. The condition has to be met by the exporting country. There's a condition of import permit and phytosanitary certificate. There's a freedom from weed seeds and soil, and fumigation with methyl bromide. The chickpea can be imported from any country of the world. Lentil from some of the countries listed here: Australia, Canada, China, Iran, USA, Nepal, Tanzania, Myanmar, Turkey, Chile. If you want to add some more country, you are interested from other destination, there's a procedure in the government that you have to apply, or you request the exporter through their government, they have to apply for pest risk analysis to the Department of Agriculture and Cooperation in the Ministry of Agriculture. Joint Secretary Plant Production is the nodal point. The Plant Production Advisor is the nodal point for this. You can submit the application with the required information, and based on the conditions identified after the pest risk analysis, this can be notified and included into the regulation. So if you are interested, you can request for more number of source countries. The peas can be imported from any country. Broad bean also can be imported from any country with these phytosanitary requirements. Again, the beans and cowpeas, the vigna and phageolus, can be imported from any country. The important phytosanitary requirement for methyl bromide fumigation is that all phytosanitary certificate, this is mandatory for import of pulses into India, to have this condition endorsed on the phytosanitary certificate. The condition is methyl bromide fumigation with 32 gram per cubic meter for 24 hours, the temperature at 21 degrees centigrade or above. This fumigation can be permitted up to 11 degrees centigrade with additional 5 gram, with additional 8 gram, which every 5 degrees centigrade reduction of the temperature. So this has to be endorsed on the phytosanitary certificate. As per regulation, this is offshore treatment is required. It has to be done by the exporting country, but in some derogations, it has been permitted on arrival where methyl bromide is banned in the exporting country. There are major exporting country, based on the quantum of import I have seen from Mumbai, there are various 8-9 destinations is Canada, Myanmar, Australia, Russian Federation, Tanzania, China, USA, Mozambique, Malawi, France, Ethiopia, Kenya. These are some major countries. In last 2 years, I have got this data from Mumbai office. Major import took place from these. In most of the countries, the methyl bromide is in use, but some of the countries, they have phased out. And in some of the countries, the information, they have not yet communicated the information about status of use of methyl bromide. So where it is uncertain, it is until unless the information is received from the exporting country, it is difficult to take any decision on this for any derogation. But where the countries has phased out, government has already allowed in some cases on arrival fumigation, and I think from time to time this derogation is being given. If these phytosanitary requirements or import regulation, conditions of the import regulation are not met with, there are three situations to take decision. One is where in case there's a interception of quarantine pests, and if that quarantine pest is an organism which can be managed through the treatment on arrival, so after treatment, the release can be permitted. If there's no possibility of managing that organism through any kind of treatment like weed seeds, the consignments either can be destroyed or can be deported back to the exporting country. And further, these notifications are being communicated to the exporting country for, meeting the requirements of the India for import of pulses. For getting further information and detailed information, you can visit the website plantquarantineindia.nic.in. Thank you very much.